Good morning. Welcome to At the Car Wash. It's Renee.
Hi.
And guess what she just had for breakfast?
A Vitality Bowl. It was delicious.
They're right across the street, and they're not paying for this. We just give them a freebie because it is you're kind of like an addict, aren't you?
I am. Oh my gosh! Once you have them, they're healthy. They're good for you.
And it
they
starts
taste
your day.
good. Yeah.
And it's nearby.
That's right.
So
It's
we're
real
at
close.
Cobra Grug Car Wash. This show is called At the Car Wash. And Jim and the gang will allow us to do anything we want to do on here because we want to keep the community involved and open and listening and conversations. So this today is going to be on the Eugene public safety tax that they are going to try to implement. And this is a group we're going to talk to today that is circulating a petition. We'll find out more about that, to make it so that it has to go to a vote of the people. Because a lot of people are kind of irritated that the council just decided on its own that this is what it's going to do without asking the people. And it's probably because they know people might not pass it. So,
Exactly.
But these folks at the this group that's putting this petition out are not going to settle for that. So we'll tell you how you can get involved if you want to. If you support it, great. If you don't, or if you just like to have a voice in it, that's what we're looking for. So at Cobra Grove Car Wash, they give you 3 free car washes. We're going to hand them out if you guys tag 2 people in this comment section, and then we'll pick them in a week or 2, and then you guys will get a free car wash because...
It's always a good day for a car wash.
And you guys, I drive by here on the hot days. You guys are swamped.
Oh, packed. If
mean-
the sun's out, everyone's here. Don't let the clouds scare you away, though. It's not going to rain.
No, because it's going to be
Good
sunny
forecast.
this afternoon, and it's
Yeah.
actually better to get your car washed when it's cloudy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Let's make that up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a fact.
Sunny, rainy,
9 out of 10
cloudy.
people were surveyed, and it was
That's right. 9 out of 10.
You know, why should we be any different than anybody else? We can make up our own
That's
information.
right.
Renee, thank you.
You're welcome.
And thanks to Jim for supporting this. Let's go talk to these people and find out what we're doing. Oh, Matt Kendall was here just yesterday.
Oh, yes, he was. I saw Matt.
Did you
Thanks
see
for
Matt?
coming to Matt? Yes, I waved to him, Matt.
Matt is a realtor in town.
He
He's a
is.
good guy. So.
He is.
All right, let's go find out what we're doing here. Oh, he's in my truck. So, okay, Lonnie, who's with the group, pulls up on a Harley. We can't go through the car wash on a Harley. Well, we could, and you guys would watch, but you wouldn't pay attention to what we're talking about. I was showing him your rig.
Yeah.
I said, Lonnie, don't turn it on yet. No, we're gonna talk first because
Cool.
we got too much information to
Yeah.
get through. So tell them who you are.
So I'm Lonnie Douglas. I'm with the Eugene Springfield Solidarity Network.
So you guys, if you would right now, if you're interested in this topic, share it on your page. You can do it and watch at the same time, but share it on your page so other people can find out more about this. So you guys, what is your thing? What do you do? What is your...
So we're a worker justice, economic justice organization. Been around about 30 years in Eugene Springfield. Came out of the Nikolai door strike. That
I
they
covered
had.
that.
Yep, back in 98
Yeah, it was
when
a
I
long...
graduated high school.
Oh, thank you. That makes me feel old.
But no, so we basically advocate and fight for the rights of working class people. We support our union members that are here in our community. We support non-union workers that are having problems with their bosses. We're big fans of living wage, local small business, things like that. And just standing up for the working class.
So when the council approved this payroll tax, what went through your guys' mind?
Well, as I was watching them during the work session, I was really hoping when Mike Clark put forward the motion to refer to the voters, I was hoping that they would refer to the voters because we're a small organization and we didn't really necessarily want to have to pick, well, they picked the fight by not referring it, but we were hoping they would just do the right thing and refer to the voters. And what we're thinking about the tax is we're putting this burden of the tax on small business owners and workers when we have huge corporations that are not paying their fair share. Like I say, the Comcast and the GEs of the world that pay no taxes. And we can't keep putting the tax burden on homeowners, small business owners, and workers and expect our communities to thrive.
Well, isn't it kind of odd, too, because the council is made up of people, I mean, I know who these people are, and they would be supportive of doing something. It seems to me that putting more of a burden on larger corporations would be right up their alley. Is this the easy way out?
I think it is. I think it's hard because when you go after the big corporations, they have the money, whereas we the people don't have the voice.
So we're easy targets.
So yeah, so they're able to, if they go after, I think what they're worried about is if they go after the biggest corporations, what they tell them is, well, we'll leave your community. They're not going to leave the community because they're paying more taxes in other states. So they're not going, Walmart is not going to leave Eugene and Springfield because we raise their taxes 0.002%. Well, they're obviously not going to leave because of the payroll tax. But if we did it, 4% on those companies, they're not going to leave.
So now the one thing that you guys have to get, how many signatures do you have to get?
So we're going to need about 7,000 signatures to get this through. And we've only got until the 11th of July to get them. We probably need about twice as many volunteers as we have currently if we're going to get this on the ballot.
So you guys, it's not getting the signatures that's the difficult part for them.
Yep.
It's actually getting people to go out and get the signatures.
Yes.
So they need help. And this could be Springfield people, this could be Eugene people.
Yep.
Even though I hear a lot, I'm a Springfielder and my office is in Eugene, and I think there's a lot of us who are even irritated by the whole thing because we don't get a say either way.
No. You're not allowed to vote. You're not allowed to sign the petition. You can collect signatures, but you're not allowed to sign the petition. You're not allowed to vote on it. But yet, if you work in Eugene, you will be taxed. And a lot of people are saying taxation without representation, which is true. But unfortunately, that's not a constitutional thing. That's a Declaration of Independence thing, which I'm a big fan of.
Wow.
But yeah, so it's legal for them to do this. It's perfectly legal. And if we don't stand up as citizens and make our voices heard, then we just allow our elected officials to get away with not giving us a voice.
Go ahead.
I understand that the city council, that we need to fund services. I mean, we need to fund our police. We need to fund our firefighters. We need to do something about helping our unhoused brothers and sisters in our community and stuff. But we need to not do that by putting the tax burden continually on homeowners, small business owners, and workers.
Do you think they're afraid to put it out for a vote because they think people are just going to reject it?
Oh,
and then
Betty Taylor, she was one who voted to refer it. She said straight up during the meeting, I mean, it's recorded, where she said if it's referred to the voters, they'll vote it down. But see, the thing is, the city council came up, so they believe they came up with the best option, a good idea. And they said, Mike Clark said, if we put this to the voters, then we can control the narrative. We tell them our story. And they could have done that. But their job is not just to come up with ideas. They have to sell them to the voters. We don't just blindly follow them and say, whatever you say is we're going to go with because you're so much smarter than we are. No, they're not. It's just that most of us don't have time to go to work sessions and city council meetings and read that stuff.
Right, and I hear people, and I even think, you should go to a meeting, but you know what? People are super busy.
Yeah.
And we need, so the ballot box is a place we can participate.
Yep.
And so if we can't even participate, I think they're afraid that because the message is now, I think it's moot. Because the message now is you're forcing a tax. Nobody's even listening to what it's for.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear even, why police need it, why firefighters need it, what it's going to do for the homeless. They lost the whole platform for the narrative by not putting it out to the voters.
Yeah,
and now you can put it out to the voters, and I think voters still are going to be, they're irritated because I think people, look what's going on in Salem.
Yep.
The same thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people want to have a voice in their democracy. We don't have the time because we're working so much. Americans are the most productive people in the world. We work the most hours of anyone in the world. Unfortunately, we're not getting paid what we should for those hours. But the thing is we're too busy to be always engaged in the political process. So we elect people that we think we can trust, and when they do something like this, they erode that trust. Let's start to pick. Let's
go wash the car. We're gonna go through the car wash, guys. So we're at Cobra Car Wash. This is at the car wash, and this is Lonnie, and he's with the group that is circulating a petition, and they need help circulating the petition. They got the petitions, and they probably have the votes out or the signatures out there, but you have to be a Springfield resident to sign it.
Yep.
And so they need help getting that message out there and getting people. And you can be a Springfielder and to hand out a petition and to be a petition person.
Yeah.
You don't have to be that, but you cannot sign it if you're a Springfielder. And that's a whole other issue, and I know that's frustrating for people because if you do work in Eugene and you live in Springfield, you will have to pay this tax and you get no say in it whatsoever. And that's a whole nother issue. But the first thing, your biggest concern, and I think a lot of people in Eugene's concern is, they want to vote on this.
Yeah, people deserve to vote on it. We managed to get on from the 10th to within 6 days. We managed to get filed and get a viable campaign up and running. But we got on Sunday we got 30 people to sign up to canvass for us for signatures. On Father's Day and the same week
you
that
had
I was graduating, and I was shocked we got 30 people, honestly, on that particular day. But we did, and but we need at least twice that if we're going to get this people out collecting signatures. And the thing is, you can get with us even if you want to just take 2 signature sheets, 20 signatures, and get it from your family and friends. You can come. We give you a quick brief on the rules and the regulations of signature gathering. A training takes 5 minutes, and we give you 2 sheets and the ordinance with it, and you can just take it to your family, your friends, take it to work with you and get and that's 20 signatures. And if we had 1,000 people do that, that would be huge. But
so why is this such a big deal to you?
To me, I mean, obviously, I'm a veteran, and so I took an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution. When they voted to not let us have a voice, I felt that, granted, it doesn't violate the Constitution, but I think it violates the core values or the core what's at the core of our democracy.
And just put it in neutral.
Yep.
There. Okay. So this is because it's not so much what the issue itself. It's that you don't get the chance that people of Eugene are not getting a chance to vote on it.
I do have some issues with the ordinance. I do not believe it's very well written. I think it's very vague on what the money is going to be used for. There are 5 areas, which are police, firefighters, homeless services, the administration of it, and courts, and such. But it doesn't actually say where that money in there needs to be used. It doesn't say what they need to use it for. It's very, very vague. So a lot of people are, we have people that we do know that we need services. We have a lot of problems in Eugene that we need to deal with, but it should have been better written. That's another thing. It was just poorly written, in my opinion.
Well, and what I've heard from people is, well, I don't even see anything being done at all in terms of some of the things going on with some of the campers in town and people. So I think you almost have to have a credibility. It's like a little bit of a credibility issue for some.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with the money if I gave it to you?
I mean, and I don't. That's my thing. I was shocked. When you're dealing with the unhoused situation, I was shocked when I moved to Eugene that they didn't have services like I did growing up in Alaska. They had in Alaska, in Anchorage, they had a shelter. They had a sleep-off shelter. They had a community service patrol. It's like Cahoots, but it went around and just picked up, people that were drunk or whatever, and would take them to the sleep-off shelter. Or if they were, needed a place to go, they'd take them to the hospital or the regular shelter. And you didn't have the same problem, and the amount of unhoused just out there because we had a place for them to go. And to me, if you don't want them in front of your business or you don't want them in your neighborhood, then we need to find a place for them because they're not going to magically disappear. But this ordinance doesn't really address that.
Right, because I was going to say, well, they would say that this ordinance will help that, but you don't see, it's not specific enough for you.
No, we have more.
You can just pull back where we were.
We have more people every year falling into homelessness, and a lot of them have jobs and are working. It's not
right.
I mean,
No,
we have a lot of families out there with people working.
Right, hard. I had a lady come up to me the other day, and she says, "Thank you for distinguishing between the people who are camping on the streets and are addicted," which I'm not a judgment. It's just a truth.
Yep.
And she says, "And me, I have 3 jobs, and I can't afford to live in a house, so I live in my car." You can just pull it by your cycle. And another guy down in the Whitaker, he came up to me and goes, "Rick, the reason I live in a car is because I have to pay child support. So in order to do the right thing and pay my child support, I can't afford an apartment." Now, those are the people I want to be helping. But this money nothing in there says where it's going to be targeted and what it's going to be going to.
No, I mean, they give us 5 basic areas, but within there, the way that they wrote it, literally, they could they could take and say, hey, we're going to have the police buy tanks. They're not going to, obviously.
Right.
But I'm just saying that it was very poorly written. And I don't know if that was intentional or if that was just an oversight or just sloppy work by whoever wrote it.
All right, you guys. So up at the top of the screen on here, up at the top of the thing, I wrote, what is happening with the marijuana tax money? We don't know. That's not our job. I'm kidding, Randall. I know you're just asking a rhetorical question. But here's the deal. They need help getting the petition out. So if you want this to go to a vote for the people, then you need to go help them with this, because they need people to get signatures. They need 7,000 at least to make it safe by July 11th. So if this is something you care about and you're frustrated, this is a way you could work that. So go up at the top. There's a phone number and their email is up there. Okay, so again, we are brought to you by the car wash on Coburg Road Car Wash. This is At the Car Wash, and Jim sponsors these shows because he believes we should have people in our community having a voice. Not taking a side on the issue, he's not as a business, but he says we need to be talking about this. If you guys, I'm going to be picking them later this month, but 3 people, if you go on here and comment and tag 2 people, we give away a car wash, 3 different car washes to people that do it, and people love them. So you get to come in and experience the Coburg Car Wash. Lonnie, thank you. Yeah. This took a little work, getting these guys working schedules out and all this, and we were trying to get House Bill 2020 on as well for another one, but it seems the Republicans walked. Did you what they did? They left. They left the state. So that's a whole new story now. So we'll see what happens with that. But you guys, I guess if there's going to be a silver lining, what I love about what you're doing is let's fight for our voice.
Yeah.
I don't care what issue it is. I really don't. I have my opinion on this, but it's like in terms of we need workers and business owners, small business owners, we need to have a voice. And I think for too many years we've been apathetic.
Yep. And
we just say, oh, I'm busy, let them do it. I can't, and now we can't do that anymore.
Yeah. No, we can't. We have to get involved. We have to make our voice heard, because right now the largest corporations, those multi-billion-dollar corporations, they have the money, and even on local levels, they're trying. They want to influence our politics, and because they want us, the homeowner, the small business owner, and the worker to foot the bill for everything, and they just want to get a free ride and ride around on their jets and their yachts. And I don't know I've never met anybody aside from when I was in the Coast Guard who owned a yacht, and most of the guys that own the really big yachts, most of them were, I can't say that word probably, but they were jerks. Let's just say.
If you were going to say asshole, no, you can't.
Okay.
All right, you guys at the cars, Lonnie, thanks. I appreciate what you guys do. I love that you're out there getting people involved. So get a hold of them, you guys, and that's where your questions go. And also another thing while we're doing it, write your city councilor, or all of them. You can make one email and go online. You can get all their. I did this with the senators in Salem yesterday, and send the same email to all of them. And be kind. Nobody responds when you're yelling at them or calling them jerks. Yeah. So when you're on there, be kind, make your point. Facts don't really go very far because everybody's facts can be twisted and turned. So just tell them your opinion, that you can't afford this, or you don't like it, you don't think it's fair, whatever, and let them know how you feel, because I think I hope that it still matters.
Yeah.
I hope, but the bottom line is if they get this on the ballot, then you do have a real voice, and they have to listen to it because you say yes or no.
Yep.
All right, thanks for being here.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, Jim, and thank you, Coburg Car Wash. All right, Coburg Road Car Wash. I'll see you guys at noon. We're going to be downtown in Kesey Square. We're taking, Pearl Day Spa's taking one of those chair massages down there, and we're just going to give massages. So if you guys want a massage, I know, that's where you want to be. Just come down there, and we're going to be talking to people, talking more about that. And he gives away a $75 gift card. So pay attention. All right, see ya.